Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back today with another 8 trades. Today's date is April the 27th. Now the first 3 trades here that I took were, I was trading the pullback. In other words, going against the obvious trend, which is up. And I do teach how you can grab some pips on the pullback. It may just be scalping, like say 2 to 10 pips. But there's nothing wrong with scalping, as I do it many times throughout the week. The Pro Scalper is great for scalping. Now before I get into these trades, I would like to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time. Now it took me 8 years and over 700 systems to learn that. To get that up to 80 to 90% success rate, you will have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. You will also have to learn trade management and money management. To be successful in trading, all you need is a lot of chart time and a lot of education. I provide the education. You must buy education, or you will fail at trading. You must do the homework, or else you will fail. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I will put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. Remember what I just said, because it is very important for your success at trading. Now let's get into these trades. The pound Aussie, as I said, the first 3 were going against what the scalper was suggesting, which is buying. Now obviously once it does the cycle, I could have bought and continued to make pips. But I did enough trades for today, and once I get around 100 pips, which I am today, I call it a trading day completed. Sold it at this point right here, didn't go much against me, a couple of 4 pips it looks like, and I closed it out, looks like with 4 pips, just a scalping trade as I said earlier. And 4 pips on the pound Aussie, paid $389. Moving on to the pound yen. This pair, just like the previous pair, was also a nice looking trade setup for a great way to trade. That's used in the indicators on the top and the bottom. But I did the pullback. In other words, pull back towards the moving averages. Took the trade at this cursor right here. I knew it was going to come back. Went against me 8 pips. And I closed it out here, looks like with 6 pips. And 6 pips on the pound yen, paid $646. Remember, these first 3 trades I was just scalping and trading pullbacks, as I teach within the training videos. Pound New Zealand, exactly the same thing. Perfect example of a great way to trade using all the indicators as I teach within the training videos. But on this situation, as I well know after thousands of hours of chart studying, markets do a pullback, and that's exactly what I did. The pullback didn't even go 1 pip against me. Should have closed it out, but when I'm looking at a bunch of pairs, sometimes you just don't catch it in time. But I ended up, looks like, with 9 pips, and 9 pips on the pound New Zealand, paid $650. And of course I could have bought and continued to make even more pips. But as I said, my goal every day is around 100 pips. Pound CAD, let's see what happened on this one. Now on this one, I bought it. As it was going up, it did do a pullback, and that's just the way the market moves. And I know that the market can do that. And you cannot freak out when the market does that. Let's see, took the trade at this cursor. Did go against me about 20 pips. And I closed it out when it was hitting this top right here with looks like 13 pips. And 13 pips on the pound CAD paid $1,047. And when I took the trade right at this cursor at about 7 o'clock this morning, it did qualify for a great way to trade. Exactly the way I teach within the training videos. And the scalper also had a pop-up window right at this point telling me to buy. You will get a pop-up window or a box exactly like this. As I said, pound CAD right here. It actually said to buy right here. And that's what I love about this system. So let's move right along. And now let's take a look at the next pair, the pound Aussie. Let's see where I got in at right here. Scalper was suggesting to buy. Took the trade at this point right here. Now I knew that it could have easily gone against me towards the moving averages, but that didn't bother me because the scalper, and I knew, did qualify for a great way to trade. Everything was good. So I took the trade at this cursor, did go against me about 20 pips, and I closed it out, looks like with 14 pips here, and 14 pips on this pound Aussie trade paid $1,088. Remember, you can trade with the trend section right here within the New York session. At the beginning of it especially, that's when the market will give the push. First 1 to 3 hours when the New Yorker, as a matter of fact, any of the 3 sessions, the first 1 to 3 hours is the best time to be trading, as generally as a rule that's when you'll get your most number of pips. Okay, let's move on to the pound yen. Looks like based on pound strength today, it wasn't super strong, and it did take a while before the market gave me some pips. Okay, let's see where I got in on this trade, the pound yen. Took the trade right here at this cursor. Now I knew it was going to go up with a chance it could go back to the moving averages, but not a big deal. That didn't bother me much. Did go against me 20 pips. Keep in mind that 10 or 20 pips many times on these workhorses, especially the pound pairs, many times it will not hold. But today looks like 20 pips would have held, and I closed it out. I could have got more, but as I said, once I see around 100 pips, I call it a day. Looks like at this point with 12 pips, I was happy with it. I closed the trade, and those 12 pips paid $1,107. And I knew it was going to go up because it was a great looking example of a great way to trade, again using all the indicators. Euro New Zealand is the next one. See what happened on this trade. Scalper is suggesting to buy, and that's exactly what I did. Here was that pullback, as I was telling you. Could have traded it starting from this point right here, but this time I just didn't bother with the pullback. I took the trade because it was starting to go up. It was blue, and it could have easily kept going up from this point, but it decided to continue to do a cycle down, which was around 23 pips. But I knew that it was going to go up eventually, and that's exactly what it did. I ended up with 16 pips, and 16 pips on the Euro New Zealand paid $1,153. Okay, let's move on to the last pair, the Euro Aussie. This is a very good looking chart, which qualifies for a great way to trade. Took the trade at this cursor. I didn't bother with the pullback because it was not quite enough pips for the pullback. So nonetheless, I bought it at this point. Went against me 9 pips. I could have scalped it for 3 to 7 pips or whatever, but I just didn't bother. I took the trade and I ended up with 26 pips, and 26 pips on the Euro Aussie paid $2,020. So another great day for trading. Looks like I hit my quota. And if you remember, as I said many times, I like to get 100 pips or more. And today's pip total was exactly right on 100 pips. And 100 pips paid $8,103. So if your system is not producing great results like my Pro Scalper, I suggest you get your hands on it. To do so, all you have to do is look right below this video. You will see this right up. My Pro Scalper system, I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. Remember, every system you're going to get is not going to give great results until you learn how to trade the flow of the market. And that is what I focus on. Now, my Pro Scalper system has 4 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now, it comes with 5 MT4 templates, 10 custom indicators, and of course my favorite meter. I also included a lot of PDF books and a lot of Word documents, and that's what you're going to need. As I said earlier, a lot of education to succeed. Now, there's a lot of ways to trade the markets. I teach a lot of ways, as you can see here. That's why there's 42 training videos, and I threw in 9 bonus videos. The number one way, the easiest way, the fastest way to learn how to trade, I call it a great way to trade. And you're looking at a perfect example of it. Very high success rate and very easy to learn how to do. So, if you put this video on pause, you can read all the other different ways. If you have any questions at all about any of this information, all you got to do, pick up the phone and call me. And if you live too far, easy to do also, just send me an email. Remember, there's an underscore here. I really do prefer Skype right here. All you got to do is click on this link, and we will have a Skype connection. And through Skype screen sharing, I will give you a free session and answer your questions and give you some tips. And I'm quite sure it will help your trading. Now, if you click on this link right here, you will see 32 screenshots of all the different trigger systems I've been building over the years. So I believe that just about wraps up this video. And if you like the video, I'll repeat it one more time again. Please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.